There we go. What's up, Marcy? What's up, Patricia? Or is that Miss Patricia?
What is up, y'all, and welcome to That Kind of Love Podcast, episode 12. We're on episode 12. I am your host, Logan, and this is...
Annoyed. Trey. I'm not annoyed. I'm just...
Actually, I'm annoyed. He was actually correct. I am your host, Annoyed, and this is Trey, who is annoying me. But anyway, this is episode 12, and we are so glad that y'all continue to listen to us because we like to talk.
We do.
And quite frankly, if it wasn't for y'all, we'd probably still be talking. So, but it's nice to have an audience. Thank y'all for really listening. And for those of you who have not been on our podcast before, on our Facebook Live, Marcy's silly. If you have not been on it, this podcast is about love and relationships. And Trey and I have been together for a few years now. And we haven't mastered relationships or anything, but I feel like we've had a pretty smooth sailing relationship for the most part.
I think smooth sailing.
I like to say smooth sailing, not because we haven't been through anything, but we have learned quickly along the way on how each other kind of react to things. And it's not on our own. We have a lot of black couples in our lives that are together, that are doing it. They're thriving. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of good influences and advice around us that we take in.
We do.
And we want to share. And we just want to share these things that we have learned with you guys. You see what I'm saying? Look, my whole knee all in here.
My knee is too.
I know, but your knee is not there. Okay, anyway. Hey, Paul. So today's topic is, it's a good one. You know, just real quick, before we even start, I want y'all to share it. Just share it, it, because this is going to be something that you possibly need to hear, and I know for sure you have at least 2 friends who need to hear this. This is a really good message, and
go ahead, hit that share button.
So go ahead and do it.
Hit that share button.
Even in the midst of us talking, just hit that share button.
There we go, Marcy.
That's what's up.
There we go.
And the topic today is about trying to change people. And we have a 2 topic today. So 2 topic. First topic is going to be, I like to call it the Sam Smith.
The Sam Smith?
The Sam Smith. If y'all don't know who Sam Smith is, he's a singer, and he got really famous off the song Stay With Me. You guys, it's a beautiful song sung by a man with a beautiful voice. But you can't make nobody stay with you. Period. Okay? Is that how she do it? Okay?
No, you gotta get deep with it. I ain't gonna do it, but you gotta do it a little bit better.
I ain't gonna do it, but that ain't how you do it.
That ain't how you do it.
But, and the first topic is called Stay With Me. And the thing that we want you to get away from this is that you cannot make people stay or change. You can't. And I hear this problem a lot with people. They're coming directly to me about something, or just indirectly. Like, you see people post it on social media all the time, on their Facebook, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, he keeps leaving, he keeps doing this, she keeps doing this and doing that, and maybe
that's why I wasn't paying attention.
Thank you, babe. Thank you. And then you start getting to this mindset of maybe if I change this, he'll stay. So, for instance, you have somebody who's always being cheated on. And then you finally get to the point where you're just like, you know what? Maybe if I change my hair a little bit, maybe if I get boob implants or butt implants, maybe he'll stop cheating on me with the people who look like that.
Boob implants.
How
you doing, Lauren?
Why are you saying that?
I've never heard it that way. I just got boob implants.
How have you heard it?
Breast implants. Got my boobs done. I don't know. I don't know. It just sounded funny to me.
Okay, I'm trying to create a message and a vibe, and you just ruin it being stupid.
How you doing, Miss Kathy?
Okay. You done?
A little bit.
Alright. Anyway, this is about you knowing that you cannot make people change or stay. And I'm saying that I see this a lot, whether on social media or not. And say for instance we're just going to use the general topic of cheating because that's usually like the general topic that's really going on in this situation. So then you're stuck in this situation, not even stuck, you're staying in this situation, and then you're like, okay, maybe if I change certain things about myself, then maybe it'll keep that person from cheating or leaving or staying out every night, wanting to come home.
Oh, okay. I was like, the door is closed. Marcy, what are you talking about? What's up, Valencia?
And for the instance for men, so y'all don't feel attacked. And then you have your girlfriends or the person you with, and you're just like, yo, stop posting thirst traps. Stop being naked on social media. And then you go, well, maybe if I make a little bit more money, maybe she'll stop doing it. Maybe she'll take it down and she won't be out here liking and waiting for the hearts and stuff to come back from her on the thing. And just to let y'all know, trying to make somebody into what you want them to be is a waste of time. It's a waste of time.
There's no time for it.
No time for it. What do you have to think about that?
I mean, I think it's true. Like,
first of all, I did ask you a question. Like, I was like, what do you think about it? I was like, I didn't say, what do you think about that? I said, how do you think about it? That was so weird. I said it weirdly. Anyway, sorry.
But it's the same question.
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't say that. I don't remember what I said. Anyway, go.
I don't know what I'm saying. What am I supposed to be saying?
We're talking about... Okay, this is so bad. You guys, I'm so sorry. First of all, we just woke up. We about to be so real with y'all. Woke up in a panic. It was like, God dang, it's almost 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Because, no, this is what happened. Somebody set their alarm. What's up, Alex? Somebody set their alarm, and it went off, and they must have turned it off.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought you heard it. Because I didn't hear it.
I did hear it. But, how you doing, Miss Angela? But, she turned the alarm completely off. So...
Okay. You're taking way too long to explain this.
Well, never mind. That's what happened. That's why we kind of...
Okay, sorry. Let's regroup real quick. The topic of today is about knowing that you cannot make people stay nor change. They have to be able to do that. And this is a message that y'all really need to hear and really need to get into your soul. It might not be... Yes, please share it. It might not be for you, but it could be possibly be for somebody else that you know that that quite frankly just don't understand that. And the biggest two things that I hear a lot is that the baby. Oh, you know what? You're in a relationship. You've been there for a pretty long time. It's actually a super waste of time. But then you're just like clinging on to this non-existent like chemistry that you think you have with somebody. And then you go, oh, this is, he's straying away. Like this is not like actually dudes do it too. Then you're like, oh, she's straying away. I think I need to have a child. And I'm like, you guys, adding an extra thing to what is already existing is not going to help the existing thing, if that makes any sense. Because,
like, in some movies or some situations, they have... I mean, there are people saying that, like, yeah, if I would... By having this baby is going to make him stay with me or, you know...
Every movie was a lie. Like... And usually, and that's even funny that you bring that up. Like most people try to live like their super amazing relationships based off movies. Stop it, first of all. Stop it. Have y'all learned nothing? Most of y'all went to college and thought y'all was gonna have that love and basketball love.
Sitting in the tree.
Did you?
I mean, in front of the tree.
They were just on the lawn.
It was the tree was behind them. I seen the movie. It was on my iPod.
Stop it. It's not real. It's not gonna. You're not going to have that. If you have it, congratulations. You should probably film it so people know it's real. But it's not. It's not that easy. And that was hard. That relationship was hard. That was a rough one on that movie.
To go to Burger King. See, it. I'm excited because she went over with me the notes for this thing. For what we're going to be talking about today. And, like, I'm super hype about it. Even though we were asleep until 10 minutes ago. We were super hype about it. So let's get into it.
So the baby situation is a good one. And then the marriage situation. Oh, my God. The marriage one is the biggest one. And people think once you get married, things like this magical thing happens where you just become a better person. You're more attentive. You're just like all lovey. You come home straight from work and you do all these things.
Honey, I'm home.
That doesn't happen. It won't happen for you. I promise you it won't.
Because I sure thought Logan was going to start cooking and washing dishes and all that kind of stuff when we got married.
And I remember that conversation with him because for me, I think about this stuff a lot. I think about like relationship stuff and how it might work, how it should work, and all these other things. And I remember one day we were just talking. I guess we were like having a conversation. Probably like somebody mentioned like what y'all gonna do after marriage or something like that. I don't know. And Trey was like, "Oh, you gonna start cooking for me, right? When we get married?" And I was like, "What? I'm gonna start doing what?" I was like, "I didn't do it before. So why do you think the moment we walk down the aisle and say I do, I'm just gonna have this magic thing happen and I'm gonna just start cooking for you every night?" Like, no. I was like, external things do not change internal things.
Yeah.
And you missed it. So if people choose not to do things, it's because they chose that. So for you to come and try to change my internal like beliefs or system or how I work, it's not gonna work. Mm-hmm. So that's when the whole like, I guess the baby thing would come into play. So the baby
eventually comes into play.
Yes, the baby situation is an external thing, right? Mm-hmm. And
what do you mean by external though?
Okay, external thing is something that's going around you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about it from the perspective. This sounds so weird, y'all. Stick with me. So we're going to talk about it from the perspective of the woman. The woman is saying that she wants to have the kid, and hopefully having his baby will make him stay.
What you want us to say again, Marcy? Just type it.
Okay.
Yeah, just type it.
So we're talking about from the instance of like the woman says, okay, if I have this child, he has to stay.
Well, the whole thing is the relationship isn't working, right?
Yes, the relationship is not working. And you're trying to change him. You're trying to make him a man that comes straight home. A man who doesn't stray from you. A man who only has eyes for you. Mm-hmm. And y'all, once again, you can't change nobody, but stick with me. So she goes, you know what? I'm going to get pregnant. I'm going to have his baby, so now he got to stay with me. Mm-hmm. He ain't going nowhere. So from his perspective, the baby is an external thing. Mm-hmm. So you handing him an external thing to fix an internal situation. For instance, Trey's internal self is saying, I don't like you. I don't want to be with you. This is...
Okay, that I think is the thing that you should explain.
So Trey's thing is his internal self is saying, I don't like you. I don't want to be with you. I literally just come back home because...
That's my routine.
And you let me. Like, I'm going to just come lay down and go to sleep, and then I'm going to just get up and go back and do whatever I'm doing. Yeah. Because you're letting me do that. Mm-hmm. And I have no other reason to change that. I don't like you. Mm-hmm. Period. That's what Trey's internal thing is screaming at her. So then she goes, I'm going to fix him. I'm going to make him change. I'm going to make him stay home. I'm going to make him stay with me.
By having a baby.
And I'm going to have his baby. So Trey's like, oh, thank you. This is a cute baby.
This is not real. This has not happened.
It's not.
Because she was really going in like it was happening. This has not happened whatsoever. But continue.
And Trey's like, oh, thank you. This is a cute baby. I love the baby. It's my baby. But I still don't like you. That changed nothing. That changed none of his feelings towards you. He just chose to love something else. And that something else was still not you. It was the baby. So you cannot take external things. Like, I can't give him... Like, you can't give me cars and money to make me love you.
Yeah.
You can't change my feelings for you by giving me external things. Now, unless you start doing things that changes my external, which is... If I
change your internal.
Yes, change my internal thoughts about you, then that's the only way this gonna work. That makes any sense. I know that was a little complicated, but hopefully y'all kind of got that.
Yeah.
I hope y'all got that.
Marcia said she got it, so.
Yeah. And it's another thing that we also want to talk about. We also say that you cannot change people and you can't make them stay. That does not mean that in the first 2 weeks of y'all dating, you're just like, oh, you ain't gonna change.
This ain't working.
I'm done.
I don't like this.
You have to be patient about that. Mm-hmm. And patience is very key. But it's also can be a black hole. Patience can be a black hole. I know a lot of people who has a lot of patience. I don't. So my black hole, I'm not gonna get into that black hole because after like a month of the same thing, I'm just like, thank you. Next. So being patient, you have to I recommend giving yourself a timeline. Going, you know what? This is new. Let me see where this goes. They're not too reluctant to adjusting. Mm-hmm. So how about I give it like a month or two? Yeah. You know, because it's really fresh. It's really new. Y'all don't even know each other type situation.
Marcy said me and so. What you mean though? Like, kind of. If you don't mind putting it out there, let us know what you mean, Marcy.
Yeah. So you have to be patient. Give it a little bit of time. Don't be that person that's like, it's a 5-year relationship. Nothing has changed. They're not changing for you. If you, ladies, let me let you on a little secret. Men will change if they like you. I'm not bullshitting. They will change immediately if they like you. You have to give them a little time to adjust to a different lifestyle if they're like a wild person or something like that. But if they like you, they will immediately change. So that whole, okay, I'm going to give it a year. All right, you know what? I'm going to give it till next year. You know what? Maybe a year after that. I mean, you look up his 5 years and he's still doing the same stuff.
But I love him.
If you look up at the 5 years and they're still doing the exact same thing, and that's for women too. Guys, you know women will bend backwards for you if they love you. And if they still doing the same stuff, they still posting thirst traps, and you don't like it, you probably should just move on to the next one.
After you have communicate that to them. If you have not said something, and you just like,
look at that, like communication.
And Marcia said, after a few days, I'm over. Okay, well that's fine, but you got to find your balance because you might be over somebody that was on the tip of changing.
Yeah, so. you know. Which that's a really good topic. We will get into that a little bit later. And just real quick, we're going to give you like 3 things that could possibly change people. So, first you need to know this. People have to want to change in order to change. I'm going to say it again. People have to want to change. I sound like I'm preaching. In order to change. Oh, Jesus. It sounded like I was preaching, didn't it? Mm-mm. Just before that. Mm-mm. He hating because he can't do it. Anyway, people have to want to change in order to change. So that goes back to the topic of saying you cannot change anybody or you cannot make them stay. They have to want to do those things. That's in relationships. Oh my God, that's with anything, with addiction, with relationships, with actually anything possible. With weight loss, with weight gain, with anything. If you don't want to do it, if that person doesn't want to do it, you cannot make them do it. So we can talk about 3 things that can inspire people. So if you're with them and you really want them to change for the better of themselves or do something, these are the things that you can kind of like look at to see if it will change. Mm-hmm. So the first thing is their love for you. Like I said, women, get in with a man and you're trying to make them change and make them do certain things, they'll do it instantly if they love you. Like if they feel some type of connection, some deep-rooted connection, they will do it. Mm-hmm. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They could be out here wilding, acting crazy, and then immediately be like, you know what, I'm done.
I'm going to tell you some proof about that. When Logan and I first started dating in our first year, I always talk about this. Logan, she had an attitude problem. And I realized... I still got one. She still got it. But... what I told her, I recognized that she had an attitude problem. She would basically get mad at something and stay mad at it for like a long, unnecessary period of time. So I told her, I was like, yo, I wasn't really liking this. So I told her, look, if you want to be in this relationship, you need to change that. And I worked with her on it. I just wasn't like, whatever, bye, I don't like you because you ain't changing. It's like I actually worked with her on this changing aspect. And she didn't change that much. She didn't change that much. But I at least saw some change because we still together.
But he loved me and got over it. He loved me and got over it.
No, honestly, she has got a lot better. Like, she can literally let stuff go depending on who it is. I mean, what the situation is. She can let stuff go very, a lot easier now. So I just had to be patient. I had to let it be known. Look, I don't like this. And then let her know that I wanted to change. And what I was really seeing was how she reacted to me telling her that. Was she going to change? Was she going to at least show that she's trying to change? And, I would have to remind her every so often and a little bit afterwards. But, that's why we still together. So she ain't got that. She ain't got an attitude that much no more.
I got one right now.
You'll get over it.
So the first thing is their love for you. That usually evokes change. That usually gets people on the same page and makes them want to stay.
Why did you change? If I don't mind asking. If you don't mind me asking.
Because I loved your stupid self.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Their love for you. That's the first one. The next one is them wanting better.
You can't.
I can't.
Yo!
I can't do it.
Okay, first of all, real quick, y'all. I'm sorry, we're gonna break this real quick. So today at church, right? Today at church, we were being like super cute. And we were at his church, we were at New Light. And we were like walking, and like this girl just like runs up in front of us, right? Trey saw her, I didn't see her. She scared the hell out of me. She was like, hey, do y'all mind coming over here to do like a little 15-second little intro that we're gonna play during like the announcements or whatever? So we're just like, yeah, sure, that's what we do. We like talking. So we go over there and they have a teleprompter. We have a teleprompter for us to read. And we're supposed to split it in half. Like, Trey does the first half, and then I do the second half. Why we did this like 5 times, and Trey cannot read, bro.
No.
Trey was like,
I can read. I can read. The whole thing. Let me explain myself. Then we got to get back to this podcast. We got to help these people. Look, the reason why I couldn't get it together is because the word, like what she was telling me to say, was different from what I seen. She was like, she wanted me to say, I have been a member here for so and so long.
That's not what she wants you to say.
No, this is what the teleprompter said. I have been here for so blah blah blah. And then she was telling me to say, we have been here. We are the Hodges, and we have been here for so long. And I would read it, and I was like, that's not what.
Trey cannot read.
That's not what I'm saying. Blah, blah.
And this just confirmed that literally it was right in front
No, I
of
can
the
read.
camera.
It's just when the camera is on.
Nah.
I'm trying to.
Can't read.
No, them wanting better for their life. How about that?
Really, you just gonna throw it out there like that?
Them wanting.
Anyway, a second reason that they would change is them wanting better for their lives. And this is with relationships. Usually, you get the people who say you're the last person in the group who don't got nobody, right? Even the homie that was like, yo, I ain't never getting a girl. Like, I ain't doing this. He even the club all booed up like, hey, man. And you standing on top of the couch like, hey, what the hell? All my friends got girls and guys. I don't know what's going on right now. So now you're like, dang, I got to do better. Mm-hmm. Like, I have to do better. I'm getting to the age where I got to do better with my life. Like, I want that companionship, and I feel like being a pair helps me grow a little bit more than just being a single. That's a word in itself, right there.
Being a pair, the fruit, will help you being better than single. The next one is mental growth.
And age. Usually, the older people get, the more they start to realize, oh, I need to change. For guys, it's usually like around the age 30, where they're just like, oh, I should probably stop playing and actually tell this girl I like her. That's usually what happens. For women, it happens a little bit sooner because we just have that, like, maternal instinct.
Mm-hmm. And the world tells y'all that y'all...
Yeah, and the society is like, oh my gosh, y'all need to be with somebody. You know, but
it's okay.
It usually happens a little bit sooner for women.
Yeah.
So, those are the 3 things. So, love, wanting better, and then mental growth and age. Mm-hmm. That's usually the things that will inspire people to change. What is up? If you're just now tuning in, we are talking about how you cannot change people.
Yeah.
People have to want to change in order for them to change.
Can't change nobody.
You can't. But there are a few things that will make people change. And the whole point of that is just to let y'all know that stop wasting your time. Mm-hmm. Stop wasting your time in relationships that are going nowhere.
Or stop thinking that you can change people.
Oh, you can't. You can't. Stop looking for projects. They're projects. Especially if you're in school no more. You ain't like doing projects at school, so why you trying to do one as an adult? Ain't nobody making you do that. You're not getting no grade. Who cares if you took him from being homeless? So?
that ain't the story that you want.
Don't nobody care.
You don't know what them people went through that had to raise somebody from like trash to success. So
what are you talking about?
That's what you said, right?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm about to edit the hell out of this podcast. I wanted it to be kind of motivational, where you just share it so people can know. And
people want to be in it. Thank you. Oh, dang, she said you.
Talk my shit.
Whatever.
But yes, you cannot change people. Don't waste your time. It's so pointless. The only things you can probably change about people is like the type of foods they like, because you introduce them to a new food.
Yeah.
That's literally it. As far as like personality stuff, you could try.
I don't see it working.
You're wasting your time. If he wasn't coming home before, he ain't coming home now.
What's up, Courtney?
Period.
My arm's sore.
Oh, he went to work out.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, this is going to be real quick. What time is it? Oh, yeah. If you missed it, you missed it. We're going to share it and make sure that you get to listen to our...
Make sure the people that just joined, share. We talking about how you can't change anybody. And there's at least 1 to 2, even 3 people that need to hear this. Because they over there trying to change people. They've been with this person for
10 years.
For 25 years, and they still boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, my God.
But biggest...
Just think, like, just when you said that, just think about it. If you're getting into a relationship and you're wanting to be married, but your spouse or the person you're with is saying no, red flag. Period. It is a red flag. Now, I'm not saying that some people can't get into stuff and then really realize that they are happily in love and they want to be in it, but do not get into it with the thought of changing their mind.
Hey, Crystal. Hey,
like,
Courtney.
That's just not going to happen. You cannot get into it in the hopes of like, oh, they'll just change their mind. You know why? Because you're going to get your heart broken. Mm-hmm. Or they're going to be like, no, I want to be with you, but I don't want to be married. So you're going to spend... Who was it? Don Chili? I can't think of his name. He's a black actor. And I saw a post of him. And he was like... The post was like, this is Don and his girlfriend of 27 years. And they 2 kids. These teenagers. I don't know what arrangement they have, which I'm sure it works for them beautifully. I know.
That's the only thing, like, when that happens. Just keep going. I'm going to try to do it. Tap above to change the length of your song.
I'm sorry, y'all. That just pissed me off. But like I said, I don't know what type of arrangement they have or what they had going on, but if one person in that relationship wanted to be married at some point, then that other person kind of just talked them out of being married. And like now you feel like you're missing something. But anyway, like I said, that's something that's a red flag off the rip. If you get with somebody and they're saying never to some stuff that you want to do in your life. Mm-hmm. So like go, like this is so like basic, but say if you like from somewhere and somebody's never been on a plane. And you're like, yo, I want to travel the world. I want to do these things. And they're like, nah, I ain't never getting on a plane. Yeah. I don't like flying. How you know you ain't never been? Yeah. I'm scared of heights. So what, nigga? But when you get with people who automatically use the word never to what you want to do with your life, then it's already a red flag. Like, just go on to the next person.
No, first you need to let them know how you feel. Like, hey, look, this is what I want to do.
Not together. I'm talking about you just meeting somebody dating? And they're just off the rip. Like, I'm never getting married.
New phone, who this?
Phone ring.
Who is it? Oh no,
that's usually how it goes.
He don't want to travel.
So yes, just know you cannot change anybody, and you can't make nobody stay with you. If they don't want to be there, then move on. Like, let it be. However they feel after you leave is how they feel after you leave. But just move on. It's pointless and a waste of time. And the next topic we want to get into is called attracting trash. Now you go into the first topic where you're just like, dang, I'm trying to change people. I'm trying to do this. I want a project. I hear that a lot. I want a project. But they go to fucking school. Okay? Like, stop wasting your time. Period. So they're like, oh, I want a project. Like, I don't know, though. I just like fixing people. And I always end up with the guy who, like, needs a car, who needs a ride, who ain't got no job, who need money, who they barely got clothes, have to buy those clothes too. Are you like adopting this person?
For all my fellas, you always maybe all the time end up meeting a girl or being with a girl that always need money, or need a place to stay, or they just need someone to love them.
Same thing, vice versa.
Need attention.
It's the same for the guy.
How you know, Miss Mama?
It's the same. It's just for the girl. And you just find yourself dating the same person over and over and over. And they're doing nothing for your soul. Like you, by the end of the relationship, you're just like, dang, they gave you everything. I've received nothing. And I'm not talking about material things. I'm talking about like a mental thing. Like they did not feed your soul at all. Yeah. So at the end of the relationship, you're just like, dang.
I wasted 5 years. I gave so much, I'm empty. Like
you have nothing left.
And that's when you got to find somebody. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you for blessing me, because somebody that I'm doing the podcast with just ignored the fact that I was sneezing.
I didn't even know you
sneezed. My heart stopped for a whole half a second.
I didn't know you were sneezing.
Thank you.
I didn't even know you sneezed. I was like talking. I was in it. I'm sorry. You didn't die. You okay. But did you die?
My heart stopped for a few seconds.
But did you die? No.
Thank you.
And
I am welcome. I'm very welcome.
I was like, you find yourself dating the same person over and over. And you're just like, what? Like, why? Like, why do I find myself in this situation? Oh my gosh, why do I find myself in this situation like all the time? Like, I feel like everybody just does me so dirty. I have such a big heart. Okay, Becky. Well, let me tell you why. I actually traded a video a little while ago. I don't know how long ago. Maybe it was kind of recent. And it was about why you're back in the place that you were before. Check it out on his Instagram. What is it? Trey Hodge. Just Trey Hodge. Trae.
Oh, I thought you was trying to spell my name. I was like, well, that
First of all, that's not your name.
That is my name.
We're not gonna get into names. Okay, anyway, but check it out his Instagram or his Facebook, whichever one you want to go to. And he said it because he said the reason why people are back in the place that they were before is because they never learned their lesson. You never learned your lesson. Granted, he was not talking about the same thing that we're talking about now as far as like relationships goes, but it still applies. It still applies. You find yourself in the same place over and over and over because you never learned your lesson. You're dating the same person over and over and over because you never learned it.
Mm-hmm. Ain't it funny how they do the same exact thing that your ex did? They just got like maybe something a little bit better or something different.
They teeth a little wider. That's it.
But they do the same thing. The relationship ended the same way as the previous one. How you doing, Carla?
I was like, and basically you just have to how can I put this in?
Hey, Sam.
A really good terms. You have to take the same test over and over until you pass it. So just like in school, we're going to talk about just the class in general, like in college. Most of you all went to college or know how it works. You take a class, if you don't pass it with a C or more or something like that, you have to take it again.
A D. No, it's a C.
It's a C. We know who got D's. Yeah. So it's just like in school, like if you're in this class and you're not passing it over, you're not passing it, you have to take it over and over. There's no way you're going to get your degree. Mm-hmm. There's no way you're going to learn if you don't keep taking it over and pass that test. So the reason why you're back in the same relationship with a different person, you're just like, hold up, you look different, but I feel the same. Yeah. You never learned your lesson. You have to learn your lesson. You have to learn your lesson. And the way to learn your lesson is called reflecting. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about this earlier in the car because we were just going over the notes and talking about it. And we're just like, why don't people learn their lesson? And like, if y'all let us know if y'all been through this or going through this and you just like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to figure this out. Share it. First of all, people need to hear this. What Crystal said? Crystal
said, I went through that, but I have learned my lesson, so I know exactly what y'all are talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And, for our grown-ups who do that. And I have a solution for that. And I guess, we're trying to figure out why people aren't learning their lessons. You find yourself in the same, like, redundant relationship over and over and over. One is because that's what you're looking for. I hate to tell you, that's what you're looking for. The reason why you're still in it is because you're looking for it. So stop looking for it.
What you mean, looking for it?
You're looking for it. So say you're dating somebody who just looks good, right? Mm-hmm. Social media, right? You see your social media, you're like, oh, he look fly, he look fresh, he got all the clothes. And then you see the red flags. You go out with them, and they're just like, I ain't got it. Red flag number 1. But you go, oh, it's okay. He's killed. I'll get over it.
He just had a bad day.
It's okay.
Just had a bad day.
And then eventually, a few months later, you show up to his house. His mattress on the floor.
But I like his personality.
But he's so cute. Like, oh my gosh.
He's a strong person.
You're ignoring a lot of things. And you find yourself going, you know what? It's okay. I'll buy you a bed. What? He's like, oh, awesome. Buy me a bed. So basically, like, you're seeing the same patterns and you're just going along with them because of how that person looks. Not about how they make you feel, because you have no idea.
Well, I mean, it could get to the point of how they make you feel in the beginning. Like, they felt so different. Like, the things that they did to introduce themselves were so different. They seemed so different. But
you know, the devil comes in many shapes and forms. Just gonna let you know. The devil morphs into the things that you think you want, but you don't need. That's a word on its own right there. We can stop right now. Okay, the end. See y'all later. No, but anyway, the reason why people never learn their lesson is because people don't take time in between their relationships. There should be a pause or a break. So you got into this relationship, you stayed too long, it's been 5 years. So then you're just like, okay, I'm gonna get out of it. And then literally the next day at the bar, you meet somebody. And you're in a relationship with them now. That makes no sense. You had no time to reflect. And that's a good thing. Reflect. People don't learn their lessons because they reflect. You don't pass the test because you did not reflect on all the lessons that you learned during the school year.
You don't pass the final exam. So
when that test comes and you just like, what did I learn? Was he full of shit? I don't remember. Did I ever get gifts? I just don't remember. Did he ever invite me out with his homies? I don't remember. You're not reflecting, so when that test comes before you get into that new relationship, so you can make these adjustments, because that's the problem. You don't reflect on that relationship. You don't have the notes. You didn't take any notes during this lesson. You took no notes. So before you get to that new relationship, there's a test that's presented to you. It's a mental test where you're just like, is this red flags? Did the other dude do this? I can't remember. Like, am I about to jump into the same shit? What happens? You jump into the same shit that you just got out of. You crawled out of that hole for what? To jump into another one? And you didn't bring your damn ladder. How you gonna get out? You can't get out now.
And Carla said, you need some time to heal.
Absolutely. You need time to heal and reflect on what just happened to your soul. And then I started thinking, like, why don't people reflect? Why don't they want to do that? And I came to the conclusion. People don't like to self-reflect after relationships because they don't think they was the problem. It was him. It was her. He didn't do this. She didn't do that. Why he didn't do this? He didn't do that.
I gave of myself so much. I did this and I did that.
My heart is so big. I don't understand why people don't love me the way that I love them.
I give too much love. That's my problem.
Bruh, if you get into the same relationships over and over and over, it's you. It's you. The other person might have been crappy, but you the one who got into it with them.
A lot of people don't realize that they go with the relationship wherever they go. Like, they try to figure out what the problem is. If you keep on seeing the same thing over and over, that's because you are the problem. You going everywhere around the place to other people if you keep on experiencing the same thing over and over. So that's why you need to change yourself.
Yeah, you have to change the things that you're looking for. Change it. You know, it's funny I said that. It's funny that I said you have to change the things that you're looking for. I tell my friends this all the time. Like when me and Trey were dating, and like they were like, "Oh my gosh," like that kind of just popped up on us real quick. Because I was the person who was just like, I like people for a little bit, and then I'm just like, I don't like his shoes. And then like I was that person. Like I'm like, it'll be like one thing. But it really don't be that one thing. It just be the whole vibe. And I'm just like, I don't like it. But then Trey came along and then it like stuck. So everybody was like, how did it happen? Like, what was going on with all of this? And I was like, look, to be honest, I wasn't looking. And that confused some people because some people who want to be in relationships or wanting to be in a better relationship and get out of the cycle that they've been in, they think I have to go look for this. Because the guys that I don't like always approach me. You know why they approach you? Because your vibe says, I want to take care of you. I want to take care of you. Oh, you need some Jordans that came out?
When they make their pitch to you, they're like, hey, shawty, how you doing? I got this, I got that. And that made you look. They saw that you got excited over that thing. I mean, that's the reason why you're in the same position.
Because they already do. They already had you hooked. What's up, Josh? Share it, please. Okay. I was like really close to that. Sorry, you guys. That was really weird. But yeah, the first thing you need to do in order to learn your lesson, you have to reflect. Like, literally take notes. Do like a pros and cons list of what just happened. Mm-hmm. I promise you, it would keep you from falling into the same trap over and over and over. And usually you are what you attract, right? So if you get into these relationships with guys or girls who have a facade, it's probably because you have a facade up too.
What is that?
A facade. So a facade is like just an imaginary thing.
Okay.
Everybody on social media has it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. There's nobody on social media who's in a relationship or who has like a famous career post the downfalls. Mm-hmm. They don't. So they're putting up a facade that everything is great and dandy. So if you feel like every relationship you have been in, the person acted like they had money and they acted like they had their life together, but then when you went to their house, they had nothing in there. Or they had a mattress on the floor, but Jordans surrounding it. Priorities? Not really there. So therefore, you need to look at yourself and go, what are you faking about yourself? Mm-hmm. Do you really like going to the club? Do you really like dudes who got like 50 under shoes and no bed? Like, oh, these are things that you really like. You might be successful in your job and, your house might be great and things might be in order. But are you acting like you're somebody you are not? Are you acting like you like doing certain things that you don't like? So you're probably attracting dudes who think you like that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So yes, you like driving fancy cars, but do you care if they drive it? Mm-hmm. Like, are those like really big priorities in your life? So you have to figure those things out. So, which brings us to the last point, is that you have to know what you want. Mm-hmm. A lot of times I also hear this a lot. People ask, hey, what do you want in a guy? Or what do you want in a girl? And they're just like, I don't know.
Well, no, because I actually had somebody that I was talking to, and I asked him, like, what do you want? Because we were talking about, relationship and how, she eventually wants to get married. Well, actually, we was like talking about how we was going to hook her up with some people that we know. And one of my other coworker, or I wasn't trying to say that, but somebody else that was in the room, he started showing pictures of different guys to her. And she was like, and we just like, what do you want? And she was like, well, I don't know. I mean, I just want somebody that's gonna take care of me. I want somebody that's gonna hustle. They gotta hustle. They gotta have that hustle mentality. And she was like, I don't want to make a list for the people that like a list of a man that I want, because I don't want to put it in a box. Like, I want to be open to everybody. And I was thinking about it when she said that. I was like, that's not smart. That's not smart, because if you don't have anything that you're looking towards or looking to try to go for, or a destination, you ain't gonna never get there.
You ain't gonna make it.
You are never gonna get to that place.
You're gonna take a lot of detours and waste your time.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying, no matter what, like, make a list. Make a list. Define exactly what you want. And whatever you see when you read that list, you're going to start attracting that. That's why Logan said that, it's like I came to her. I feel the same way. I feel like I wasn't going to looking for a relationship. Yeah. It just kind of came to me. But we had an idea of what we exactly wanted.
Yeah. And for us, we're a special case because we got together pretty young. So for us, like, God just worked that out. Yeah. So,
because in the beginning, we wasn't like that. We didn't, like, we kind of had an idea of what we wanted, but it wasn't like, the whole thing.
Okay. So, story time. So, before Trey, I had an idea of what I wanted in a guy. Yeah, I'm like 4'11", right? So, I wanted a dude that was like at least a good 5'9", or taller. I was just like, man, I want tall kids. Like, I want my kids to be somewhat tall. Being short is kind of annoying. Clothes don't fit. Clothes don't fit. Like, you can't see nothing in the crowd. Like, you always last to know stuff because the tall people see it first. Like, it's a little annoying. So I kind of knew what I wanted. I had an idea of what I wanted. Mm-hmm. And that's when I was dating. And quite frankly, not based off how they looked, they were nothing. It was just like there was a reason why we weren't connecting, right? So then I already knew Trey for a long time, but then the moment we actually like kind of reconnected and started talking, I was like, hold up, he kind of liked the same stuff. I feel like we can openly talk about religion. I don't feel no type of way. Like, I don't feel like, should we pray real quick? Like, I don't know if you want to pray or not, type situation. So basically with that, the moment I stopped putting like you would kind of say a boundary on it, or I stopped looking. Because when I was looking, I was shutting down everything that could have been great. Mm-hmm. Because I was like, oh my God, I want that type of situation. So that's why you have to, and at that time, I didn't know I knew what I wanted, I didn't know what I needed. Mm. So once you find out what you want, because you know what you don't want. Mm-hmm. You know that. You like, no, obviously I don't want nobody who ain't got no job. I don't want nobody. Like, you can have a list. You can create a list of like 20 things of what you don't want in somebody. But at least get 3 things that you just like, that's what I need. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I want. So, and and I know it's a tough question to ask. You have to ask that question. You have to ask that question to yourself. What do I want? What do I want? And you guys, I know that's a difficult question. I know it is. Trey and I are married, and we just kind of figured that out. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe like 2 years ago. And that was because we're maneuvering into that entity that we want to be.
I'll say the reason why we were able to do that and learn in the relationship because we gave each other time and space. Like, we wasn't always cloud. We saw each other all the time, but it wasn't so much. It was like, gosh, I have to go over there again.
We saw each other
every day. But like, it was like something in the relationship where we were able to breathe and able to think about what we want and not just be so fantasized over the relationship. And I just love it.
And you know why? Because from our first topic, we knew that we could not change each other. Mm-hmm. So in order for somebody to change or grow, because there's a little bit of part of change and growth that you have to have when you're in a relationship. Mm-hmm. But the big stuff, you have to want to do it yourself. And we gave each other that time to want to do it type situation.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yes, with that about us. So I guess the last thing that we're going to talk about, or we did talk about, was you have to know what you want. If you want to stop attracting the same trash that you've been dating, you have to know what you want. If you do not know what you want, you can go nowhere. Period. Like Trey was saying, if you don't have a destination, then how you going to get to the place you talking about you want to go? Mm-hmm. Like, if you don't have a map, and that's what goals. That's what your business, that's what goals, that's what's with life. If you're saying you want to have a house, but you have no plan to get that house, you're not going to get a house. If you want to have a healthy relationship, but you have no plan on how you're going to get that healthy relationship, then you're not going to have a healthy relationship. That's just not going to happen for you. So like I said, the reason why you keep attracting trash is because you're never learning your lesson. You keep taking the same test over and over. It's an open book test. It's an open book test. And you keep leaving your book at home every time the test is presented to you.
Or you don't write in the book.
That too.
And reflect.
You don't
on
reflect.
What you read.
And just remember that, yes, it sounds so bad that people don't want to self-reflect because they're scared that they were the problem. And get over yourself. We all got problems, and we all the problem at some point in our lives. So just know that if you want to get out of that cycle, you have to self-evaluate. You have to self-reflect and know that you're probably the problem. Sorry. And to stop looking. So you have anything else to say? Because I'm about to close this mug out.
No.
Yo. Make sure y'all share this. Like it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That Kind of Love Podcast. I know y'all get to watch these on Sundays. But just in case you miss them, that's where they will be. Whenever they're uploaded. So... like it and share it. We appreciate y'all for listening. Today's topics were about knowing that you can't change people, people have to want to change in order to change. So make sure y'all know that. That is very important and crucial with your life. And the second one is, if you're worried about if you're wondering why you keep attracting the same type of people over and over and over, like you're dating the same person, they look different, but it's the same person, it's because you never learned your lesson. God is going to continue to make you, God is going to continue to give you the same test over and over until you learn it. God is not going to give you something you're not ready to handle. He's not going to give you a great guy or a great girl because he know you ain't ready for that. Until you learn your lesson from the past and previous relationships that you put yourself in, you're not going to get to that good one. So anyway, with that being said, peace, love, happiness, and keep a smile on your face and stay positive. If you don't know your purpose in life, please find it because your life will be so much better. Stay swaggy, y'all.
Bam.
Peace.